are joining us for the next instalment of the Property Tribes Cross Lendlord collab. We are so excited to be able to bring this incredible portfolio software to the Property Tribes community, and I'm joined by co-founder Aviram Shahar, who is joining us from Israel. Aviram, for this instalment, we thought that we would address some of those FAQs that come up time again. And of course, it's completely understandable that when a new product is launched, we'll find that the same questions keep being asked. So in this edition, we wanted to address those questions. And I think, you know, the first one that comes up, and completely understandably so, is Lendlord secure? Does it hold people's data securely? And of course, if people are inputting important financial information, they want to be 100% confident that the platform is secure.
Sure. So first, happy to be here. It's a very exciting period, the launch that we did together on Property Tribes. So in terms of security, it's something that we invested a lot of time and effort since the beginning and continue to do so. The platform and the company is under the GDPR regulation. We have all the documents in place, and we are following the instruction following by a UK legal firm. In terms of the data, so first, all the passwords are hashed. The communication is encrypted. We are storing the data on the cloud, on AWS, under security groups. So we are taking all the measures and the steps that we need to take in order to keep the data secure. And also we take like a daily backups just in case that not to lose data. So our user can feel safe and feel confident that we are taking care of their data. It's secured. We are not transferring, we get like many questions on that, transferring any data of users to third parties without an explicit permissions. And we will discuss it on the monetization side of the platform, but just if the user explicitly confirm that we will pass on his details, we will do so. In any other case, we will not.
Yes, and that would be to maybe a mortgage broker or an insurance company. One of the semantic recommendations that will come up on Lendlord when you start inputting your end dates and things like that. And I think the other important thing on this topic, Aviram, is that nobody within the Lendlord team can see anybody's data either.
Right, yeah. The only thing is that if there is like a problem or like an incident of the platform and we get a permission from the user to check the data, we do so, but rather than that, no.
Yeah, so I hope that's kind of reassured everybody that your data is completely protected and that you can have confidence in using the platform. Now, the second question which comes up, and again, you know, it's understandable. We state that Lendlord is free to use, and then that immediately prompts the question, well, how are you monetizing the platform? Because obviously you can't support it for free, so it has got to generate income in some way. And actually, Aviram, it's a very similar business model to Property Tribes, isn't it? It's, you know, free to use, but supported by advertising, sponsorship, and affiliate commissions. And of course, these will be clearly signposted as well.
Right. Yeah. So this is like our plan. We want to keep it free to use. The way we can monetize it is by partnering with the Lendlord providers. And we are not spamming the users. So if the platform identify an opportunity, let's say for a mortgage product or for insurance product, or like there is like an end date of a compliance event, like a gas certificate or EPC, then the user will get a notification, and then in the notification first, he will be notified that he needs to do something. We will offer him to use our provider in order to implement what he needs to do, but it's his choice. And if he chooses to do it with us, we get a fee. And we are now like working on also on a plan like to give back also. So perhaps like we'll share some of this fee as well, but this is like the main idea. So we can keep it free. The platform is a smart platform, so you have like your recommendations. if you implement the recommendations with our providers, we get a fee, and this is like the way we can monetize and continue to support the development of the platform.
Yes, and we just want to stress that these are all legitimate products and services that landlords need on a regular basis, that are from trusted providers that we know and we've done due diligence on. So we want to build a kind of ecosystem of trust within Lendlord, and I would call what we do, it's a reciprocity model. If you've got value from using Lendlord for free, you may choose to show your appreciation by using one of our products and services providers, knowing that it will benefit Lendlord, but it is your choice, and that's really how we've modelled the monetization. I hope that answers that question. So when people are inputting their data, Aviram, one of the things that they obvious fields they need to put in is the value of the property. Now, most people will have an idea of that themselves. I actually, from my personal portfolio, I put it in at quite a conservative value, just so that I'm working within safe margins. If somebody doesn't know the value of their property, or they want to get an estimation, could you explain how the platform does that?
Yes. So I share the screen so it will be easier to understand. This is the dashboard. From the dashboard, go to the menu, click on My Portfolio. Here is basically your portfolio details. If you want now to estimate a property value, there are like two ways to access this feature. If you add a new property, near the property value, you have a calculate link that will open this pop-up. You can also access it by hovering the property row, and then you see all the actions per property. And you have this icon, calculate estimated property value, click on it. Mm-hmm. So here we integrated our platform to the API of property data, mm-hmm. sourcing system for property prices and other relevant data for property investors. You can put any password, postcode here. You can put the property type. Of course, that if you already stored it, we will take it from the property data that you already filled before. A number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, other important parameters. And when you click calculate, basically, we use their API to get the estimated property value. It's important to say that it's an estimation, okay? It doesn't mean that this is your current property value, and the best way is to use like an agent to make sure what is your current property value. And you can use this number, or you can tweak it and put the number you think is the right property value. Click on update value, and then it will be stored on your property level.
And just to say again that if you do use the estimation tool, it is only an estimation and it cannot be relied upon. It can give you a rough guideline, but as Aviram said, you should speak to a local estate agent or commission a valuation, or do your own comparables using the portals to work out the value of the property. And generally, it's my advice to be a little bit on the conservative side, just to keep your margins safe. Okay. This is another frequently asked question, Aviram. Obviously, people have got all their data in one place, and they might want to share that with a professional advisor, such as an accountant or tax advisor. Can they do that?
Yes, there are like two ways to export data and share it with others. I want to say that in the future, we have in the roadmap enhanced features of sharing the data. We got requests to invite a third party to your account with restrict permissions. So we are working on it, but it's not available yet. So currently what you can do, if you want to export your portfolio details, you should go to My Portfolio, then make sure that the table contains all the relevant columns you want to share. You can, of course, tweak it by using the columns drop down. Then just click on export to Excel, and in a few seconds you will have Excel spreadsheets with all of this data there, and you can share it with who you want. Another export feature that we have is on the profit and loss analysis. So let's say that you track your expenses on a monthly basis and your incomes, and you want to share it, let's say, with your accountant. So you just need to click on export in the right bottom of the chart area. You can check the properties you want to export data to, and you can check what data you want to include. Is the purchase cost or just monthly income and monthly costs, and the period. So let's say that I want to export data since January 2020 to April 2020. Click on export, and you will have all the data in Excel spreadsheet, and you can share it.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to move on to our final question, which does actually concern the profit and loss module. And of course, this is where you track your revenue, your expenses, and any miscellaneous costs associated with your property business. And our final question is, can you input expenses incurred, especially if they're just ad hoc? So I guess, it can be customized to add any expense that if it's even just a very, very rare expense or a one-off, you can add it.
Yeah. So when you are in this page, profit and loss analysis, make sure you pick the right property you want to track. You should go to the monthly expense box, click on it, then click on edit. So here basically you have all the monthly expenses. If you want to add, let's say in February 2020, you had like a one-time expense, so you can click on this box on the chart, or you can also play with the date picker here. Then if you don't find it in the predefined expenses, just click on add expense. You have a list of predefined expenses that mainly the ones that you can claim for. And you can, if you don't find what you want, you can click on other expense, put any description, boiler, let's say boiler repair, okay?
Boiler repair, yep.
The amount, you can upload the receipt directly from your computer. You can put the exact date, click done, and you can see that your monthly expenses on February 2020 went up, and you can see it here.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Okay. Well, that concludes our little run through of some of the FAQs concerning getting the most out of Lendlord. Hope you found that valuable. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch. There is a chat box on the website at lendlord.io. Aviram is on hand. If you're a serious portfolio landlord and would like a personal guided tour, that can also be arranged with Aviram over Zoom. And of course, please do come and join us at propertytribes.com, where Aviram is there to answer any questions that you may have. So that's it for this mini series edition. Thank you very much, Aviram, for sharing that information. And please join us again because we're going to continue to create content around the Lendlord Cross Property Tribes collab to help you, the landlord, get the most out of our amazing software. So we'll catch you again soon. Thank you, Aviram.